Alright everyone, welcome back to the TheCombustionGamer YouTube channel, and we've got some new look. We got a new look at Project Motor Racing. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got.
Rated E for everyone.
Project Motor Racing.
When we sat down to conceptualize what career mode in Project Motor Racing would look like, our intention was to get players to think like professional racers and work backwards from there. In other words, how do you turn hot lap heroes into seasoned drivers feeling the pressure of real pros who don't approach each weekend ready to rewrite multiple chapters of the record books? Central to that, and to career mode, is an authentic motorsports economy.
Alright, so what we saw right there is what I kind of liked. So taking a look just a little further back here, we've got multiplayer, single player challenges, downloadable content, and of course your profile. And then if we move just a little bit further, we see race weekend, which we could select, or career. And so obviously that gives you kind of a race weekend that you can set up, qualifying, practice, and whatnot. And so that'll give you basically a single race to some degree is what I would expect that to be. So that sounds kind of fun. And then of course you have career, which should in theory allow you to start what sounds like that there's going to be currency, a company, be a journeyman driver, etc. So that sounds kind of interesting. So let's keep going here.
Your goal here isn't to win every single event, and there aren't any prize cards to unlock.
So that's pretty cool. So there we can see a kind of a balance right here of $2 million. We can see the car $467,000. Also, you see a nice garage here with Project Motor Racing. Got a driver over here, so that's pretty nice. Car looks really, really good.
It's you against your wallet because, well, that's racing, isn't it?
Yeah, so you against your wallet. That really is where it is at this point. It's like, unless you have the funding, the sponsorship, you're not going very far in racing at the moment. And if you do find sponsorship, but they're only willing to do so much for you, you're kind of stuck where you're at. That's really kind of where it truly is. I mean, you can try and jump above that, but you're going to be taking a loss nowadays. Especially, you can see that a lot in NASCAR now, of even like the Cup guys. They can't just go and race wherever they want. They have to be able to make sure they have a sponsor to be able to jump down to the truck series. And if they don't have a sponsor, then it doesn't make sense for that team to have them jump down. It's not profitable for them to just have a Cup guy come and race their truck. They need a sponsor to be able to come down with them. So it really is a very money-based sport at this point. So that's kind of an interesting way of gameplay. Really, it sounds like it's focusing on the financial side, giving you that good financial feel for the career. So that sounds pretty cool to me, a little more realistic. As I do kind of like the business side of things with the racing. Love the racing, but I really do kind of like a bit more of the business side to it as well. It just seems like it's fun, at least to me anyways, to be able to balance the books, balance what you're working on the car. That to me is fun. So that sounds neat. So obviously comparing this, which I gotta say, just looking at it, the people that are involved with it, it looks like it's going to be similar to Project Cars 2, I would say. More of that sim-based career mode. So obviously Project Cars 2, it had a career mode, but there wasn't really any money, any financial thing wrapped up into it. It was really just you're a driver trying to work your way up the ranks. There's no money involved. It's just race good, and then you get to race this car. Is kind of how Project Cars 2 worked in the career. It's fun, but really the big thing is just the racing physics in that game is really what I love so much. There's also some cool tracks, there's cool cars, but really it's the sound of that game. The sounds of that game is just incredible. Graphics for that game as well, for when it came out, were incredible as well. We got weather, awesome. You got water puddles and all that, so that's all really good. So it seems like this is what this game is going to be. We'll have to see, obviously, more gameplay, more of the physics of weather and whatnot, which it sounds like there should be. But this sounds like it's going to be, for the career mode anyways, based more on what you have monetary-wise to build your company, build your brand, build your driver's career, which sounds pretty cool. So let's keep watching here and see what we got.
Motorsport isn't particularly equal or fair. You'll start by selecting one of three.
Yep, so we got journeyman driver, professional level, and global operation. That's your 3 levels to start your career with.
Financial backstories. Whether you want to replicate a rags to riches story, jump into the middle of the ladder right away, or take a shot at the very top echelons of motorsport is up to you and your ambitions. You'll then
What I gotta say is the cars sound really, really good, and it looks like we got some cool camera angles to watch from as well. So I'm not sure. Obviously, we don't know exactly where they're shooting this from. If it's in-game, somebody watching the cars go by, or if it's just all replay mode. Not totally sure on that, but I gotta say, all the cars look rendered extremely well. The tracks look really good. I mean, the grass right here looks excellent. Great looking grass. You got the clouds, got cloud shadows on the track, got some nice shade, you got different lighting. Everything looks really, really good. So, I mean, from a graphical point of view, the game looks great. Once again, having been burned, a great looking game doesn't mean it's going to play well. So, while I'm really liking what I'm seeing, like what I'm hearing, what I needed to be able to see is actual gameplay of racing, and here's someone actually reacting to that. It looks like it's really sim-based, which is good. That's what they're trying to push. But does it actually handle well, play well? Does the AI actually realize that you exist? All of that is very, very important. And I think they're doing a good job. But once again, we've seen games before, NASCAR, Ignition, 20-something or other, where it looked good and it sounded good, and they pumped it up like it was good, and I'm liking what I'm seeing once again, but once again, need to see some gameplay before I make a final decision, but it's sounding good, that's for sure.
be asked to find a location for your team shop. Whether your team is based in North America, Europe,
Got
or
Lime
Asia,
Rock Park, which is cool, and also we got Zolder here as well, but Lime Rock Park, that's cool. That's a cool track.
that'll influence the prices of cars and event entry fees. And
Ooh,
just
here we go. Nice menu. So obviously what he was saying back there is just where you set up your shop is going to influence obviously travel and whatnot, and also different areas that you get into with motorsport. That's going to have different entry fees and whatnot, a different financial model as well. So that's going to kind of affect what happens. So here we go. We got some different cars here. Just a second. Alright, came back from a coughing fit. We've got the automobiles, I always call this Gillette. Anyways, the Vertigo car. Seen that before. The Manatera LM600 is this right here. We got the Morgan Aero HET, the Mosler, I don't know, the MT900R, and then Tuscan. That one looks pretty neat. But we got Class, so the NGT power, showing us kilowatts for some reason. That's kind of interesting. So is it electric? I have no idea. No, it's a V8, so I'm not sure why it's showing us kilowatts. That might be a glitch. But anyways, it's showing us torque, transmission, 6-speed, sequential, author, straight 4 studios, front engine, rear-wheel drive, showing us all of that. Showing us our starting balance here. We got 2 million, got the cost of 165,000. Showing us, I believe, some different like paint schemes right here, so that looks interesting. We have like GT4, looks like GTP, and this is the NGT. So we got a few different brands right up here, so that looks pretty interesting. We got your cockpit view, so you can look at the car through the cockpit, see how you like that. You can confirm your purchase, add to favorites, and view favorites and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so we'll keep going here.
like real racing,
Ooh, we got a purchase right here of a Lister Storm GT. Nice.
everything's available from the start. Whether you can afford it or not, though, will be based on your team's
That
finances.
is the question.
You can make your life a little easier by selecting from one of 8 sponsorship models.
Alright, so here we go. So we got team name, driver name. So obviously you can set up a team, you can set up a driver, so that's cool. Then team HQ, location of your team, affects the prices and event entry fees. So obviously Europe, whatnot. Then sponsorship model. So your sponsorship model allows you to select from one of 8 different arrangements to supplement your race winnings. Be sure to select the model that suits your goals and driving style. You can only change it during the off season, so that's good to know. So rolling billboard, a traditional sponsorship arrangement. You're paid a flat amount per race, and that amount is based on the prestige of the car you're racing. Your performance doesn't matter with this model. You are a rolling billboard and nothing more. This is the safest sponsorship model for racers looking for a predictable influx of cash. So that's good to know. We also got career settings here. So race length ×1, difficulty, hardcore mode. Let's see. Hardcore mode locks the difficulty and disables the ability to restart any events during your career. Project Motor Racing is best experienced with hardcore mode enabled. Okay, so that's interesting. So we can switch all that around if we want to. So I don't see... There probably is a menu to switch around AI difficulty and driving assistance and whatnot. Don't see that here, but that's pretty interesting. So hardcore mode, that's pretty cool.
Our way of simulating the...
Oh, hold on. Go back. I saw something. Get back. Okay, we gotta get... There we go. Competitive here. So this is... You're paid a slightly higher flat fee per race. So all this different does change. So that's interesting. So that would give you a pretty good explanation in the menu before you select which one you want to go with. So that's good to know. All right, now we keep moving.
Simulating the negotiations that go on every offseason between teams
beautiful looking car.
and the brands who support them. Each sponsorship model offers a different type of financial support.
All right, so what I don't know here is obviously they're showing us sponsors here. So do we get to select sponsors? So is it kind of like F1 where you have non-real sponsors that you can select for the cars and put them onto your car based upon what your sponsorship deal is? Not really explaining that necessarily, but with how they're showing the sponsors on your car, hopefully that means you can customize your paint schemes and stuff a little bit, at least kind of color wise. But we'll find out. But it seems like that's what they're trying to hint at, is that you can select which sponsors you sign deals with. Hopefully that means paint scheme customization, but we'll have to wait and see. But it seems like with how they're hinting at that with this, it seems like that's what they're kind of hinting at, but we'll have to see.
Some will merely give you a flat fee for showing up.
Nice,
Others will pay your travel costs or repairs, and some will demand very specific results. It's on you whether you play it safe or risk it all and make a push for the championship. You'll be...
Alright, standings not registered here. So we had a menu back here, so here we go. Event calendar, standings, the garage. Also, we got to see the straightforward team right here. So you see those customizable season, off-season, not registered. Event calendar, standings, garage, results, team statistics, and manage team. So what all can we manage with the team? Not sure, but all of those are in the menu. So that's interesting to see. Once again, beautiful looking Lamborghini. Love how they're pushing this particular car with all of the videos they're doing. I mean, it's just such a cool looking car. Love seeing this thing at Daytona. It was just insane to see. But just probably the best car that they could put on all their artwork. It looks awesome, and I think that's really one of their best advertising choices, is pushing this car right here. It's just because it's just so iconic looking to start off with. So really good move on there. But nice menu. I like how the menu is. It's not over. It's not gaudy. It's nice. It's nice, simple, but you get that feel being in the garage still, which is kind of nice. It's a good feel for the game, I think.
Yep. You'll begin career mode in the off-season, where you can enter any championship or one-off endurance race if you can afford it. What happens out on the track after that is on you. Wins, podiums, and sponsorships can keep your finances in the black, but travel costs and damage repairs will constantly eat into your wallet, sometimes a little more than you anticipated. And just like real racing, you might be surprised at the paycheck come season's end. It's not the 80s anymore. And that one dive for glory into turn one could wipe out your entire career in one split second. Be careful. This is Pro Motorsport.
So there is a phrase that I've heard, that I've listened to, and it's this one at the end. It just gets kind of odd.
You might be surprised at the paycheck come season's end. It's not the 80s anymore. And that one dive for glory into turn one could wipe out your entire career in one split second. Be careful. This is Pro Motorsport.
So the saying that they're using is it's not the 80s anymore. So I'm not totally sure what that means necessarily. It's kind of interesting saying. So historically, I can't think of exactly what that's meaning. Maybe someone can enlighten me in the comments. But nonetheless, your choices that you make on track do affect how much you get paid, because obviously with different sports you have fines, fees that come in and mess you up, and if you mess up where you finish by trying to make a bad move and you go all the way to the back, that can affect how high up in the standings you are. So I mean, I'm not totally sure what all that means. Not sure penalty wise what all that means. But it's interesting saying that I have to see what that truly. I mean, is it going to penalize you on driving style, or is it just really penalizing like contact, aggressive contact, accidental contact, and all that? Is it going to do that? Which would be interesting because obviously that is something that's in real motorsports with these more fragile cars. Is that if you make contact, you are going to get a penalty of some sort. So that's going to be interesting to see. I mean, looking right here at the track, you can obviously see Aston Martin doing a burnout. One thing that I do notice here, no tire tracks. That's kind of interesting. But really cool seeing the smoke. Smokes is pretty good, but yeah, I'm not seeing any rubber being laid down on the tracks. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so we're going to mute that here. So interesting stuff nonetheless. Obviously, Nürburgring should be available in this game. You can kind of see it right here. So let's just kind of scroll through here and look. Obviously, beautiful looking action on track. Just looks really good. You got a lot of nice panning angles. So obviously, as I said, not sure if this is just developer mode, where they're just in the game looking at the AI racing, or somebody else that's in the game racing, or if this is actual like replay mode from gameplay. Not totally sure. Inside the cockpit here, looks nice. You see the car's getting wear and tear. You can see some damage model on here, getting dirt thrown up on the car. That looks really cool. See if we can go back. Yeah, so you see some side scuffs here on the Lamborghini, and you see some dirt build up on the roof. That looks really good. So damage model is here in the game. Excuse me. Then you see the nice flames coming out of the car, so that's always cool. Take a look. Beautiful looking in game here. It looks really nice. And then once again, back to the menu: multiplayer, challenges, profile, career, race weekend, all of that. So it's neat to see that there is going to be a single player career mode in the game. I always enjoy playing single player career mode. And then of course, journeyman, global operation. That's going to give you a good feel for how much money you're going to get. And then I think there's one other thing way back here. Lime Rock Park, that's going to be cool. Let's see here. Where are you? They showed a thing where you could select which series you're in. That's what I'm looking for here. It's off season. Hold on. So LMDH. Let me slow this down here. Alright, so we got the United States GT3 Series, we've got United Kingdom GT3 Trophy, we got the LMDH World Championship, Historic Florida 300. I am not sure what that is. I do not recognize the track from here. So that's interesting. Maybe that's St. Petersburg, maybe that's what it is. Group 5 Gauntlet Series, German Group Masters, Florida 300, not sure what that is once again, but looks interesting nonetheless. Blue Mountain 250, so some different, ooh, that's a nice fadeaway, look at that, nice cars right there, that's a nice fadeaway, like that, back to the grid there, that's cool. So not sure what all tracks are going to be available. I'll take a look at that here in just a second, but it seems like career mode's been fleshed out pretty good here, and should be a lot of fun. Definitely more the financial side of things, which sounds cool. Obviously, guys, if you want to check out this game, you can always head down to the links below. You can pre-order your physical copy of the PS5 or Xbox Series X down in the description below, and the cost for PC, it will be available on Steam. Alright, so let's take a look at motor racing on Steam here. I think I've done this before, but we'll go ahead and go through it again here just in case anything has changed. Race across areas in 72, so 72 cars, meticulously curated cars across 10 iconic classes, so we get 10 different classes of racing that you can be part of, and 27 global layouts, so I believe that that's different layouts for the different tracks, so that's 27 global layouts. So obviously if you have like 3 layouts at one track, that's going to eat away at that pretty quick. So not sure what all the tracks are. They haven't really said yet, I don't think, but 27 layouts available anyways. Cars from today's Radical LMDH hypercars to historic, most iconic legends. Each vehicle is a licensed masterpiece circuit scanned for ultimate precision and authenticity. So we got scanned layouts, so that sounds pretty cool. Racing for all, from sim racers to first-time racers. So obviously they're really trying to dig into the sim racing market, but they're also trying to help out the first-time racers as well. Project Motor Racing delivers single-player career, online racing modes, in-game events, and packed 4-class race experience. So multi-class racing available. That's why I kind of think it's going to be similar to Project Cars 2. That's really why I think it is, because this right here, 4-class racing. That's what I like. I'm kind of excited about this game. I think there's definitely a lot of possibility, especially depending on what they might add to the game later on. Obviously, you do have the pre-purchase Project Motor Racing, $59.99, $60, or you have the $90 option, which is the year one bundle. So what all could they add to this game, and how much will they continue to add to this game throughout? And once again, with Giant Software here as the publisher, is this game going to be mod compatible? Because if it is, that's going to be really incredible. That's going to be really, really cool. So anyways, guys, that is it for us today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Career mode looks like it should be pretty good with a lot of financial depth to it, hopefully. We'll see. We'll have to see. But it sounds like it should be really cool. So obviously this game and NASCAR 25, both of those games I'm very excited to see at the end of this year. So this is coming out November 25th, just in time for Thanksgiving, and that should be really, really cool. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for helping us get to over 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot. And if you guys want to check out the merch shop, you can do so, as there will be a special sale from June 30th to July 6th. Make sure you check that out. Get an extra 10% off if you buy 3 items, and stuff is marked down to $17.76. That's right, we got some stuff, some shirts down to $17.76. We got stickers for $1.76, so check that out down in the description below. Check out the shop. You can even get some farmer merch as well if you enjoyed the farming content over on the Combustion Farmer. Thank you guys so much for watching. As you can hear, my voice isn't that wonderful, so I'm going to go rest it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.